In today's show, we will revisit the event when Mike faced off against the son of a heavyweight boxing legend. On this occasion, Tyson was exceedingly enraged, angry, and eager to end the game as soon as possible. Let us take a look. The match was going to be a crucial match for both the fighters. As Frazier in an interview said, "With my pop in my corner, I don't see any weight I can lose." On the other side, Mike warned that if he does not die, it doesn't count. If he's not dead, it doesn't count. After his flawless one-round victory against fellow contender Reggie Gross in the fall of 1986, the Tyson hype train was back in full swing. Team Tyson was still matching their prodigy very lightly at this point. Despite this, Mike was confident that he had what it took to compete against the current heavyweight champions, according to every boxing fan, including Mike himself. The boxing world found it upsetting to see a boxer as talented as Mike Tyson kept from a title opportunity. However, it is clear that Mike's managers Jim Jacobs and Bill Caton did more than help him establish an unbroken record. The renowned heavyweight champion Joe Frazier, who notably defeated the previously invincible Muhammad Ali in the fight of the century in 1971, used an unconventional strategy for developing fighters during his managerial years after retiring. Smokin' Joe had the attitude. There's no point in dragging things out if you're going to be a journeyman boxer. The boxers he mentored included James Schiller, Burke Cooper, and son Marvis, quickly found out after coming under his instruction. After a very brief amateur career, Marvis followed his father's philosophy. Within his first 10 fights as a professional, he started competing against actual top contenders. In his first few fights, Marvis defeated Steve Zilski, James Broad, and Joe Buckner. He never appeared as a world beater in the process and rather came off as a man desperate to at least partially fill his father's shoes. In 1983, Joe put his kid in an extreme situation by having him compete against Larry Holmes, the top heavyweight in the world at the time, who had a 44-0 record. The battle was a clear mismatch, as many experts had anticipated, and Larry made sure every ringside spectator, including Marvis's father, knew it. Joe never stopped believing in his son, but in the immediate aftermath when Marvis gained momentum with victories over Quick Tillis and Bone Crusher Smith, he pushed him even harder. Regardless of whether or not the Fraziers thought they were prepared for Tyson, Marvis's standing among the governing organizations put him in the path of the most lethal boxer in the world. In July 1986, Tyson and Frazier crossed paths at the Glens Falls Civic Center in New York. Angry and determined to surpass what Holmes accomplished a few years before, Tyson paced up and down the ring during the introductions. Later on, he acknowledged that he was terrified, but he intended to transfer that dread onto Marvis, who based on his looks had the same thought. Frazier became Tyson's swiftest victim ever, rising to his feet after taking powerful smashes that had him in the corner within 30 seconds. After his on-paper greatest win to date, Tyson needed some time to settle down, but once he did, he delivered a frightening warning to the reigning champions that goes like on being asked, if your managers Jim Jacobs and Bill Cate and your trainer Kevin Rooney came to you and said, "Mike, we think you're ready for a title shot tomorrow," would you agree with them? Mike replied, "At this point, most definitely anytime. If my manager and my trainers feel that I'm confident and they're willing to put me in a title and they're sure I could be the champion, I'm sure I could beat him also." Marvis Frazier retired from boxing only after 21 matches, proud of all he had accomplished in such a short time. People wouldn't hold Joe responsible for Marvis's professional path. Although it appears foolish, the truth is that he loved his son without condition, and they both believe he and his son were merely harboring some illusions about his potential. In this interview from a few years ago, Marvis, who's always kept a low profile since his retirement, says that they're trying to follow in his father's footsteps was always going to be a near impossible feat. And with that note, we've come to the end of this video. For more of these types of videos, subscribe and don't forget to ring the bell icon to get notified of updates. See you at the next one.